As we go on through this video, it's very important, and we will see why it's very important, why the Most High does these things and does what he does. With that being said, we'll see clarity to get edification and understanding on why this is demanded of us. It's real simplistic, and it shows the future implications of what's to come and what we might be missing if we don't take heed. So for those of us who do have understanding on the Shabbat and knowing that it's the fourth commandment to serve Yah in obedience, to keep the seventh day of the week holy, sometimes we wonder, well, why is it important for us to have a prep day the day before? Well, the answer is real simple. And that answer is so we don't have to work on the Shabbat. So we can have double portion the day before that can supply us for both days. And some ask, well, why is this important? What is the effect? What's the reasoning behind it? It's very simple. If we don't prepare and we work on Shabbat, then we're breaking Torah, Yah's commandments, and we're not taking heed to his warning. So let's see, by not preparing, what happens if we have to go and prepare on the Shabbat day. Because we know by breaking these commandments, we're bringing death upon ourselves. It's just that simple. Let's go to the scriptures to see an example of what happened while not preparing for Shabbat, where somebody, because they didn't prepare, went out and was working on the Shabbat. Let's see what kind of destruction this individual brought upon themselves. Now let's get this example in Numbers chapter 15, and we're going to read verses 32 through 36. And while the children of Israel were in the wilderness, they found a man that gathered sticks upon the Sabbath day. And they found him gathering sticks, brought him unto Moses and Aaron, and to all the congregation. And they put him inward, because it was not declared what should be done with him. And the Lord said unto Moses, the man shall surely be put to death, and all the congregation shall stone him with stones without the camp. And all the congregation brought him without the camp, stoned him with stones, and he died, as the Lord commanded Moses. So we see, obviously he wasn't prepared, so he had to go do something that he should have done earlier, and it led him to his own demise, which was leading him to his ultimate death. So if we put ourselves in positions to not be prepared for Shabbat, that can cause us to sin. And if it causes us to sin, we could be putting ourselves in danger, because keeping his commandments is the process of the separating of the wheat and tares, as explained in the book of Matthew, or Matthew, in chapter 13. So if we're not doing what's supposed to be commanded and we're being disobedient, then it's safe to say that we're binding ourselves with the rest of the tares, which isn't good news. Because we can't also forget that Christ did say in his return that he's coming like a thief in the night. So we have to be ready. And we're going to see in this next example, in this last scripture, that shows exactly what's going to happen metaphorically. Let's see this great example of not being prepared, which causes us to sin. If we're sinning, we're definitely not preparing. let's see this example of what's going to cause us to miss, or what is sin going to cause us to miss if we're not preparing. Let's go to Matthew chapter 25. And we're going to read verses 1 through 10. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish. They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them. But the wise took their oil in the vessels with their lamps. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered, and they all slept. And at midnight there was a cry made, Behold, the bridegroom cometh. Go ye out and to meet him. Then all those virgins arose, and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said unto the wise, Give us your oil, for our lamps are gone out. But the wise answered, saying, Not so, lest there be not enough for us and you. But go ye rather to them that sell, and buy for yourselves. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went in with him to marriage, and the door was shut. The door was shut because they were not ready. Noah's Ark is closing. The time is coming soon. The Messiah is coming back like a thief in the night. Be prepared. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you for joining us at 1412 Ministries. Shalom.